I want to talk about the mission of Jesus. The mission of Jesus is to reconcile. Am I communicating? Is to save. What is he reconciling? He came to reconcile you and I back to God. Now, let me take us back to the creation, the history of creation. The Bible says, the Lord, after creating everything, he said to himself, now let us make man in our own image, and even in his what? Likeness. Let us make man in our image, and even in my likeness. So that means you have been created like a God. What is image? Like if you put a mirror in front of you and you look at that mirror, you will see yourself, right? That is how when God keep a mirror in front of you, in front of him rather, what he is seeing is you and I, because we are the image of God. Then in other words, you are God. Am I communicating? So whatever that God is meant to enjoy or God is meant to operate in, even we too, we're supposed to operate in that realm. But something happened. You know, God created us and he put us in the Garden of Eden. He created Adam and Eve, and he gave them instructions that you people should do everything here, but there's something you people should not do here. Which when we were growing, when we were in primary school, they used to tell us the evil fruits. Am I communicating? So God instructed them not to eat that evil fruit. That if they eat that fruit, it will bring them down. The glory over their head will be taken away. Right? But the devil came down and deceived them and told them that, see, do you know why God asks you people not to eat this fruit? It's because when you people eat it, he knows that you people will be stronger than him, and your eyes will be more open, and you will be like him. That is why he does not want you people to eat that fruit. So the devil deceived Eve, and Eve ate that fruit with the husband. And when they ate it, the plan of God over their lives scattered at that point. So when God came down, Adam was the one that was hiding. And he said, it's the woman that you gave to me that have done this to me. So God was like, how did you know that you are even naked? Because what they have committed, it was a strategy that the devil used to steal the glory of the Lord that was upon their head and their life. Am I communicating? So that was how Adam and Eve lost the glory of the Lord. So from there, God cursed them, that you as a man, I put you in this garden as a prince, living a stressless life, but you have disobeyed me. So therefore, as from today, you will toil on the ground, struggle before you will see something to eat. You as a woman, you will pass through pain and struggle before you can give birth. Even as that, you will still have the desire to meet with a man. What kind of curse is that? That is how the pain of women delivery came in. Am I communicating? Because of this curse. And as from that time, men began to suffer. Men began to be under the evil influence of the devil, under the captivity of the devil. They were suffering because they disobeyed God, and the glory and the life, the kind of life God gave to them, they missed it because of their disobedience. They began to suffer. At a point, they had a strategy where they were killing bulls and using their blood to go and beg God for forgiveness, so that blood of the bulls will cleanse them away. I hope we are still here. They were doing like that. Even as that, the Bible let us to understand that it's not even everybody that used to have that access to take that blood to God. It is only some selected certain persons. Those persons are the priests. It is only the priests that was allowed to take the blood of these bulls to God to offer as a sacrifice, so that the sins of these people will be cleansed. Even as that, God said that sacrifice is not still a good sacrifice. The sacrifice was still putting them under the law, making them to sin more, making them to live in guilt. Wickedness was increasing day by day. So God began to have pity on man. That is this not a man that I created in my own image? That why will I allow them to suffer like this? Why will I allow them to pass through all these things? And remember, that time, the days of the old, you cannot offend God though. God they kill like juju. If you do anything that is not in the will of God, He will strike you dead. That is how it was. But the Bible says it is not the will of God that no man should perish. So that was not the intention of God. The intention of God was not to kill any man or to kill anybody. But the devil stole their glory because of their disobedience. So they were living a life of bondage, a life of captivity, a life of limitations, and a life of sin. So he reasoned within himself, what can I do to set these men free? What can I do to bring them out of the net of the devil? What can I do to restore that life that I have prepared for them from the beginning? And they found out that there was no other means, because they have tried every other means and it didn't work. They find out that there was no other means. So the only means they could use to restore men back to the kingdom and the life that God had prepared for them from the beginning was for God to come as a man to die for man. Am I communicating? Was for God to come as a man and to die for man. So that was how Jesus came